What's up, guys? Max Scoville here for Destructoid, and I'm with Sam Farmer, who is the creator of Last Life, which is a game that you are gonna have finally kickstarted. You have kickstarted this. It is past the goal. Kickstarter ends this Friday, and what is this game? What is it about?
Well, Last Life is a sci-fi noir adventure game. In it, you play a PI who has to investigate his own murder. So the way this whole thing breaks down is, in this world, you can upload your brain to a computer, and then when you die, they'll 3D print you a new body. So you play as Jack Parker, and you get murdered the day before, but normally it's very expensive to come back. So through some unusual means, you come back, have 4 hours left to live, have to find your killer and what case you're working on. This is a prototype that I built, just kind of a proof of concept. And it's a scene that's ripped right out of the middle of the game. So in this scene, like I said, you've only got a limited time left to live. In this scene, you've got like 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
You're kind of at the end of it.
I walked over to the
and
bar.
You're here to meet with a woman named Misty because she has the money you need to extend your life. And in this world on Mars-topia, the life insurance companies kind of run the show. They brought you back because there's this yearly event called the Dead Man's Party, where they...
Boingo boingo there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Improve.
They bring back everyone that's died in the last year for a 4-hour party, during which the life insurance companies try to upsell you.
Oh, that's good. Oh God, that's good. Okay.
So you're trying to extend your life, and you're in this bar. You're talking to people, trying to get at Misty, who's up in the top story, and yeah, solving a puzzle.
I see. It's hard to do this without giving away all the tricks that are happening.
No, it's all right. I mean, this is part of the reason this is the prototype level. Is it's just kind of showing the dialogue systems and the animation and all of the stuff working together. And the story here is kind of out of the context of the rest of the game.
The Harpies beckoned me to come dance with them, but I chose to live another day.
There's all this other deep, dark, noir stuff that has to do with Jack's backstory that we are not talking about.
Well, that's good. It's good to leave some surprises. What was the inspiration for this? You asked me right before we started talking if I knew what transhumanism was, and I sort of sheepishly stammered. Is it sort of like the singularity when humans go beyond the limitations of the human body? Is that?
Yeah. Well, that's spot on. Yeah. That was really the big inspiration for me for building this world. And for me, I like to start from the world building approach. So I thought, what was the perfect, sci-fi thing to investigate those transhumanist themes? Well, what if when you die, you don't really die? What if you can get 3D printed back to life? And from there, it was kind of obvious to me, like, oh, well, then you should be investigating a murder. Oh, it should be your own murder. I
mean, I like that you're not doing the strictly kind of just really the neuromancer cyberpunk. As much as I love that, it is kind of, Blade Runner'd out a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. You get this very slick, lots of red and blue and purple.
It's kind of, my aesthetic is partially inspired by like modern design. Before I did this, I worked in mobile games. Okay. So I was all about like minimalism and simplicity in design and kind of that whole ethos. So I just took that and extrapolated that into the future and thought, like, in the future, would they embrace those values? And in this Mars-topia, they kind of do. So that's partially why the characters are also so low poly and kind of just getting at the essence of what they're about.
Okay, and obviously this is tricky with an adventure game, but how big would you say the game is?
It's a 3-episode trilogy. Okay. We're funding. Well, we hit our funding goal for the first episode, which is going to be about an hour long at the fastest you'd play through it. Okay. But that can go up if you explore more side streets and nooks and crannies. And it's going to be 3 episodes. That's the goal.
What platforms are you looking at? Just PC for the time being?
It's PC, Mac, Linux. Okay. So that's what we're shooting for right now. With the Kickstarter, we actually have a couple of stretch goals. Like our first stretch goal is getting VO for all the characters in the game. And another stretch goal is to get actually the second episode funded as well.
Okay. Do you have a kind of release window you're shooting for?
Next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's my
well,
goal.
it looks really pretty, and I mean, post transhuman sci-fi cyber-noir on Mars, minimalist design. I'm into it. You got a Twitter you can plug there?
Oh, sure. You can follow me at Pixel Artist, and you can check out the game on Kickstarter. It's called Last Life, and we could really use your help before 2 p.m. on Friday Pacific. That's when we'll finish up.
Get on that. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks.
Good chat.